Hey everybody, Sabi here. I'm here to track some waves with you. Things have been working out the way I was kind of expecting it. Um, as we've had in previous videos that I've been showing, is the bullish area of the consolidation and the bearish area of the consolidation, kind of expecting a reaccumulation to be happening in the upper portion of this box. And so far, so good. It's still not um, still hasn't broken down below the 100K area. So things are looking all right. Have a channel on there. I'll get to that in a little bit. But let's draw out what we've got going on here on the 4-hour chart, just so you guys can see what I'm seeing. We'll start with the center of the wave where we have those legs matching, and in between you have the ABC. So that pattern being complete. From there, we had that leg up that was matching with this leg up. So far, so good. What came after was this leg, mainly on the closing basis, but give you an ABC, and this gave you the ABC here. So those look great so far. Off of that, what we had over here was a rally up, and we had that rally up. So everything appears to be following the trajectory, the anticipated trajectory. We're currently working on this leg over here. So let me map out what the expectation is from that leg, since we've had the move down today. So seeing as it's Friday and we had to move down here on Friday, what I'm expecting is this rounding up thing to come over here to make a slightly lower low, maintaining the channel on this 4-hour chart on Sunday or Monday to come down here and grab that. The target for it is 100,800 for now. It's kind of what I'm looking for. And then what comes after that, I was anticipating this little leg to come from there and come up to maybe all-time highs, maybe slightly break it. And then surprise, surprise, repeat this leg over here back to the channel. That gives you 1, 2, 3 touches of the high of that channel, and then 1, 2, 3 touches on the channel. So it's just kind of mimicking in reverse this pattern repeating here. And I'm hoping that this leg down, coming from somewhere around all-time high area, happens in early February, the first 10 days, the first week maybe, something like that, to maybe get down to current area, 102. So maybe we go up to 112 and then $10,000 move down to 102, just to match this type of leg. Then from there, mimic this, bam, and blast off. This, and then blast off. Targets are pretty high if that pattern does play out, so that is kind of why I wanted this to repeat here to take its sweet old time. I think it offers a more bullish wave structure. In the current area here on the 4-hour chart, this kind of does make sense for a little bounce here. Don't know if you get the bounce straight from here or if you take out the lows, take that liquidity first, and then come up and retest this 4-hour candle. You might get as high as 104,800, even as high as 104,600 before rejection again. So that might come down as like an ABC, 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 back down to around 100,000, 100,800 area. Let's zoom out and take a look at this channel idea that I've been kind of playing with the past week or so. Just an idea of what I've got going on. So kind of have this idea how this was grinding below this channel, broke into the channel, rode the upper band of the channel, broke below, and is riding in between the median and the lower band of the channel. And perhaps if this leg here is repeating, we would have a push up to eventually make it above the channel and then repeat this over here. somewhere upwards of 150 to 160,000 and just kind of grind out the top of the channel up there. And once it breaks back in the channel, then that trend is over, and to exit somewhat and look for some chop to happen, maybe. It's kind of my idea. So I have this in log scale, and I just kind of put the channel so that the bottom of the channel was riding October and November's price action at the highs, and everything kind of lines up. The median of the channel is lining up real nice with price action. So for now, I like it. I like what that looks like, and I like the potentiality of having this price action repeating up here into March, maybe towards the end of March, even April, maybe. And if you do get price action like that, you'd have a different Elliott wave count than originally anticipated. Some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1, this being wave 2, this being your wave 3, this being 4, and what comes out of there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like an extended wave 5 in this pattern, I guess. So that could have implications later on down the road. We'll check it out if it plays out. If we do get high prices like that, we'll be able to track that in real time if we are breaking up in there. But I'm kind of expecting a February to get pretty strong up here. Minimum target is 130, well, 128 area, and then the extended targets end up being around 160, 170 for now. But I have to wait for this pattern to resolve itself. And if this is mimicking this, then it's on track. It's looking good for sometime first week of February to have the final buy after it takes liquidity, pushes back down, and then it just goes. That's what I'm watching for. Zooming out to the weekly chart just to keep the context of where we're at. We did have a low. We had a lower low. This is around the area to look for a lower high. So maybe the market's just waiting for a weekly candle close above 104, 104,700 or so to get you that higher high on the weekly candle. Once you get the higher high, then you can buy the higher low, and then all is well with the world. But for now, we're kind of operating on a lower low close than previous low. So this is around the area to look for a sell setup. So you can see why supply would be coming in here. So market currently, this candle pretty even, came back up, checked 50% of that wick on the weekly, previous resistance acting as resistance again, no big deal. We still do have supports on this wick down here, way down at 91, which can be a target if we decide we want to flush down there. I wouldn't like it as much. I would kind of expect 87, but yeah, it could hold there. I'd really like to see a higher high close on the weekly. Maybe we get it this week. Maybe it's next week. And into the daily chart, kind of the same difference here. I was hoping to get a daily candle close above the last week's highs. Is that 10? Yeah, same price, 104, 700 or so, to get a daily candle close higher high. So maybe we get that. Maybe next week we get some dailies closing up a little higher, so that you can maintain an uptrend. Because currently you have these lows and you close lower. That puts you at risk of maybe putting in a downtrend here, but it's not below the previous swing low. You closed equal lows, so it's just a sideways trend for now. But maybe as soon as you get a daily candle close higher high, then you can buy the higher low that might be in current area. So you might get a higher high up there. The higher low comes in right around 102 anyway. So patience might pay off here. We are looking at the beginning of February here. I'm expecting February to be very decent, and usually our buy setups have been coming on early in the month, usually the first week or so of the month. So you get the monthly open and some kind of back test on the first week or so, and then then your cycle takes over. Maybe we get that, or maybe we chop around for a little more. If we do get price action that kind of acts the way I'm expecting, with some kind of little bounce from this area and a pull back down to like 101 to 100,800 to backtest this channel, my stop loss will be down at 97,000. I actually would want to see it come down there and break below that just yet. Maybe it comes down later and breaks below it. There is also 50% of that wick that could be tested. We kind of did already, but 99.5 could be a potential area. Maybe it wants all this liquidity down underneath the Tuesday's close. Maybe it wants all that liquidity before going back up. Then you could have this being some kind of ABC down and then pop up and then break down to take 96.6 or something like that before reversing. But currently they have you in a nice little holding pattern with the closes being equal low closes, slightly lower low close, but fairly equal closes there. It's just a holding pattern here while they're accumulating or they're distributing here. And we'll find out when this thing breaks. But if we get a higher high close, then buy the higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high, and maintain an uptrend. That would look good to me. So, yeah, I think that's all I got. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe on the video, and maybe I'll have another update over the weekend. I got some video ideas that I kind of want to put out. So have a good night and keep your stops tight.